Hello, everybody. My name is Leonie Smith, and I'm with Building Belonging and Necessary Trouble Collective. And I'm here to talk to you about a unique event that we're offering in Vancouver, in the Greater Vancouver area. And this is a gathering for anyone who lives in the Greater Vancouver area who's engaged in frontline work around racial, social, climate justice work. And we welcome anyone who has been or is grappling with questions like, what does it take to build resilient, authentic communities of belonging? What does it take to create a community of care that will support me and my colleagues to stay connected through challenges? And how do I counter cancel culture and other toxic ways that we sometimes treat each other? And I'm going to turn things over to my friend and colleague, Kazu.
We live in a deeply, deeply fractured world, and the pain that emerges from those fractures seeps into our movement spaces. So, of course, when we look at our movement spaces today, we see so many examples of fractures between call out culture, toxic ways that we deal with conflict, burnout. And there's so many ways that we lose touch with why we do this work, which is to build community. And so we need to come together to remember what it feels like to belong in our bodies. And we need to build up the skills so that we can create that belonging within our movement spaces. And my friend Mina is going to tell you a little bit more about what we're going to be doing at this gathering.
As Kazu shared, we need spaces for learning new skills and unlearning habits that impede or disrupt connection, where each of us can be seen in our wholeness and where we can see each other. We also need spaces for laughter, tears, growth, healing, and vulnerability, all essential elements that nurture resilient bonds. The Movements of Belonging Gathering centers these needs so we can co-create a space to share, listen, grapple with, and delight in the practice of building movements we know is possible. This is not a workshop, a conference, or a training. This is a unique gathering that invites our full and complex humanity to be explored on the personal and interpersonal scales to inform how we build healthier movements that lead to healthier systems. And now I'll pass this to my colleague and friend, Catherine.
Thank you, Mina. So our gathering, our Movements of Belonging gathering, will be held at the Xenia Retreat Center on Nuklelajuan, also known as Bowen Island, BC. This is the traditional and unceded territory of the Squamish and the Hokominum Tree Group. Our gathering will begin at noon Pacific time on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and will end at roughly noon on Sunday, January 26th, 2025. We hope you can join us. I'm going to pass over to my colleague, Jeff, who will share a little bit more about what's going to happen at our event.
Thanks, Catherine. We like to say that this isn't a retreat because we're not retreating from anything. In fact, we're coming together to be with all the questions, all the parts of ourselves and bringing them all together. That said, we are inviting you to come the whole time to a retreat space for the full 5 days, to not schedule anything else, and to really join us in this immersive experience where, as the facilitation team, tend to be offering 2 sessions a day in all manner of processes, time in circle, time in small groups, playing, using games, using silence, using mindfulness practice, art practices, and that will leave lots of time for rest and reflection and participant-led offerings to really allow for whatever wants to emerge. Over to you, Leonie, to close.
Thank you, Jeff. So we have about 15 spots open, and we invite you that if this feels like a match for you, or if you're curious, to find out more by going to necessarytroublecollective.org. We hope to see you in January.